Cambridge University, one of the oldest and most famous universities in the world. This uninspiring back street has seen some of the most amazing scientific discoveries ever made. Behind this door lies the first Cavendish laboratory. Founded in 1874, this laboratory has been called the birthplace of modern physics. Up till that time, physics had been a branch of mathematics, but people were beginning to understand that it needed to be based on experiments, and this meant that physicists needed to be trained in experimental methods. The most famous physicist of the day was Lord Kelvin. He'd discovered the laws of thermodynamics and the value of absolute zero of temperature. The founders of the Cavendish laboratory hoped that he'd become its first head. But instead of taking up the new post in Cambridge, Kelvin chose to stay in Glasgow. Instead, the first Cavendish professor of experimental physics was to be a relatively unknown newcomer at the time, James Clerk Maxwell. Maxwell would go on to become the most influential physicist after Isaac Newton. He discovered the laws of electromagnetism, and he predicted the existence of radio waves, and he developed statistical physics. It was here at the Cavendish laboratory that J.J. Thomson discovered the electron in 1897. His discovery was the foundation of the whole electronics industry and of almost everything we know about chemistry and quantum physics. It was here that Charles Wilson invented the cloud chamber, that Ernest Rutherford discovered artificial nuclear fission, that James Chadwick discovered the neutron, that X-ray crystallography was developed, and that Watson and Crick discovered the structure of DNA. For many scientists in the 19th century, there simply wasn't any conflict between their Christian faith and their scientific discoveries. From Michael Faraday, who discovered electrolysis and electromagnetic induction, to Kelvin, to friends of Charles Darwin like Asa Gray and Joseph Hooker, there just wasn't a conflict. On the door of the Cavendish laboratory, its first head, James Clerk Maxwell, had carved in Latin a quotation from the Bible, which says, "How amazing are the deeds of the Lord! All who delight in him should ponder them." So at the same time as Darwin was stirring up a storm with the theory of evolution, and as the great debate was going on in Oxford, and as John William Draper and Andrew Dixon White were writing their books pushing the supposed conflict between science and faith, the Cavendish laboratory was proudly proclaiming the works of the Lord.